Well, hello there, my fellow thieves and vagabonds, wanderers of the wayfarers. I've been asked by several people just recently about my thoughts on the year 2020. And after I've given it some careful consideration, I was lost for words at a time for how to describe it. But I think shite is probably a very good word. And it's been a horrible year for so many people, for so many reasons. Life has just not been the same as it was, and had we been told this was going to happen back in 2019, we'd have laughed and we wouldn't have believed them. But unfortunately, there we go. People have asked me what my low points have been this year. And the low points are, for me, the death of a friend called Paul, who I had a great admiration for, and I believe he had for me too. A fellow man of steel, and an all-round good guy, to be fair. I said goodbye to him earlier in the year, and still think about him quite often. The other was the cancellation of an exhibition at the Court Gallery in Aigburth in Liverpool on behalf of the Liverpool Academy of Arts. We kind of lived in hopes that the exhibition would go ahead, but COVID had other ideas. And also, I suppose, not being able to do the scrap metal workshops at the Ukeldra Centre on the island of Anglesey. That was another very low point, as whilst I've been down at the Ukeldra for the last 20 years, I've met some lovely friends, and I've missed them all. Andrew, Guard, Cathy, B, Mike Gould, Bethan, to name but a few. We've become kind of family in many ways. We are quite close to each other. And as I say, it's been a difficult thing not being able to do it, as I do get a lot of enjoyment. The other downsides of not being able to see my father as often as I would have liked. I think I've seen him 3 times this year. My grandchildren, I haven't seen them at all this year due to COVID restrictions, etc., etc. Which hasn't been easy. It's been quite difficult, as I love them dearly and I really have missed them. So what have been the good points of 2020? If I'm perfectly honest, the good points, the main good point was managing to get down to Anglesey, but for a holiday, rather than to work in the Ukeldra. And to be able to be there for a week and not do anything, apart from go out every morning with the dog, every evening with the dog, wander on the beaches, looking through the rock pools. The simplest things in life have always given me pleasure, and hopefully always will continue to do so. I guess that was one of the major ups. And of course, managing to stay clear of COVID-19 so far. Not having to go to work has been a huge bonus in many ways. due to the fact that for medical reasons I am classed as high risk, and I was on furlough for quite a long time. Unfortunately now that's all stopped, and no matter how strict a tier we are moved into, we can still travel to work. So I carry on hoping that I don't come down with the dreaded COVID. How on earth Mr. Johnson expects it to be over with by spring when its increase is so rapid at this present time defies logic, as does everything he says. This government have got to be the worst I have ever known in my 65 years of being around. Made myself older than I am there. 63 years actually. I thought Thatcher, Cameron, May were bad, but Johnson is just a buffoon. My humble opinion. And in respect of what they've all done, I decided to wear this today, my plague doctor mask, as it wouldn't surprise me if we'll all be wandering round in them soon. And people have asked what goals I have for 2021. And again, I guess that everything's just in the balance. And if this coronavirus continues, then 2021 will be no different to 2020. I am hoping to get back doing the workshops at the Ekeldra Centre and to meet all those lovely people that I mentioned earlier. I'm hoping that there will be another exhibition for the Liverpool Academy of Arts at the Cork Gallery in Aigburth. I'm hoping to be able to travel down to Essex to meet up with Mia Catherine Joseph to do this poetry book that we're collaborating on. Time will tell. And another ambition, of course, as you can see, I'm hoping to enter the Great Sewing Bee this time. Scrapman Fashions. We'll see how that goes. Time will tell, of course. And of course I have the ambition, I'd like to get to Whitby again. I'd like to get to Anglesey for a holiday again. In fact, I'm planning to get there in March, if at all possible. I'm not going to break any rules, as my friend here will tell you. Keep wearing the mask. No matter how much you hate that mask, you will hate the ventilator more. Trust me. And on that note, I'd like to wish you all a very happy new year. A healthy, creative and prosperous new year. I wish you good luck in whatever you're doing. And I hope that this coronavirus stays well away from your doors. I've written a poem which will possibly be the last poem for this 2020, which I'll read to you now before I sign off. And this one is called Holiday Romance. That feeling of love by the sea, salt sea and salty tears, dropping between the decking boards of 100 piers around the coast, creating ripples as they hit the water, growing into waves on some far off shore. A gift shop ring, a promise of endless love. Moonlight walks along the beach hand in hand. The holiday is now over, time to return home. Endless love, now separated by endless miles. Salty tears, once again drop into the sea, creating ripples before becoming a tsunami of emotion. Star-crossed lovers in one final embrace. promises of phone calls and letters every day, somehow becoming lost across those endless miles. Still, 'tis better to have loved and lost. Now more salt tears will flow. And that's it, written in the Book of the Beast, which was a Christmas present to myself, which is a lovely present. And on that note, I will thank you all for supporting me over the year. To Tony and Gilly for having faith in my sculptures and my poetry. For Tony for having faith in my contacts where in times of need. And I'd just like to say to everyone, if you enjoyed what you've seen over the year, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit the bell to get the reminders. And I wish you all once again a very happy 2021. Namaste.